Backwoods Guns. This is part two of my series on resizing and forming, making, trimming, cutting 300 blackout using 223-556 brass. If you missed the first part, I'm not sure if I loaded the right one first. I loaded these one on a Sunday or Saturday, one on a Sunday. I might have put two first, 1 second, or one first, 2 second. But if you're watching these out of order, you have to go back. It's one video over, and check it out because it was about a 25-minute video. I ran it to about the 12-minute mark, stopped it, and then carried on for the rest of it. So it'll start right back up where I left off from yesterday. Anyway, guys, the reason I made these series of videos was just to help people make their 300 blackout function better. This was not an extreme accuracy test, okay? I didn't pick out the best primers, the best powder, the best bullets, the best charges, the best case overall length. I didn't weigh my bullets. I didn't weigh my powder. I weighed my powder, but I didn't weigh my brass. I didn't do primer tests and bullet tests and powder tests, and I'd like to, but this video was just to help reinforce your functionality of your gun. Make all guns run 300 blackout. A lot of guys have issues with 300 blackout. It's a very picky chamber, very picky rifle, especially if you get an extreme tolerance rifle, and it won't put up with loose tolerance ammo. That's why I emphasize using small base dies on this video, so it would run good. Well, anyway, stay tuned, guys. We're coming right at you with the rest of the 300 series. This will be part two. Remember, if you watch them out of order, go back and watch the first one first. Thank you, guys. I'm going to size the freshly cut brass and form it into 300 blackout brass. Key one is get you a set of these small base 300 blackout dies. Okay, they're from RCBS. They have a bleeder valve in them, which is a little hole to release the air and the excess wax, so you don't have pressure dents in your brass. And get you some lube. Remember to lube your cases. The more you lube them, the easier they are to shape. But of course, you get too much lube, you're going to dent them. So you just want to. I heard somebody say this one day, I'd rather have more lube than not enough lube. And I guess that's the truth, but you'll figure out how much you get. Insert it into your ram. Run it up nice and slow and even. Cam it real good, over cam the action. And then I twist it about a half a turn and run it back through again. These small base dies set this brass so it'll run the semi-automatic rifles. There you go. You have a piece of 223 brass, 556 brass, just chopped, trimmed, shaped. Well, it's ready to be trimmed now. If you don't use the right brass, you won't. This wall thickness is too thick, so it has to be under, I think, 13. And I believe that if you can read that, it says 11. Now, length is important. Your length has to be under 1.368. So this is about 600 thousandths over. So we're going to have to trim 600 thousandths off this. We'll do that next. Hey guys, I've got my Lyman case prep machine set up to trim to prep my brass. I'm gonna put a Lee one of these Lee cut thread adapters with the cutting stone and the 300 blackout trim guide. I'm going to insert it in one of my utility holes. And here's where it gets a little. You guys know I like putting. I tried to move the camera so you could see the case prep real good. I like putting my spin on everything. And I've used 2 or 3 different shell holders, trying to hold onto the shell while I'm trimming. And the best one I've found is a pair of standard vice grips. I know what you're saying. Oh, you'll tear your brass up. Just don't tighten it that tight, guys. Just barely tighten it where it holds it. These will come in handy. Trust me. Go with me on this. Very few things a West Virginia country boy can't fix without a duct tape, a hammer, and a set of vice grips, okay? So, lock your brass with your vice grips. You don't want to dent the brass, okay? Just lightly tighten it. Take some WD-40, spray in a little container here. This will help. I know what you're saying. This guy's nuts. You know, maybe I am. I want to dip the end of my brass in it. Alright, take it around my trimmer. Put pressure on the head stamp. You're going to have to put pressure on there because we've got to cut off 400 or 500 thousandths. That's where if you have a micrometer jig on your cut saw, you save yourself a lot of trouble. That's why I like the vice grips. It's easy to get them around the shell holder and check your size. Need about another 100 thousandths off this. Now there's 100 ways to trim your brass, guys. If you like those world's finest trimmers, they're great. That's about right. But these are about $6. So just according to how big your wallet is. I chafe it, deburr it. I clean the primer pocket. Now, if your primer pocket's got the military crimp, you're going to have to swagger them. I don't know how you say it. Get you one of these. Pretty simple to use. And reconstruct your primer pocket web. Take the crimp out of it. I take his lineman flash hole uniformer. I clean out that primer pocket. That's it, guys. That's my 223 turned into 300 Blackout. Well, guys, I thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, support, share, like, all that good shit. And I'll try to make more videos at my shop. I'm going to do a video on loading 300 Blackout for hunting, probably in about a week. So keep checking with me and check on my video. Okay, guys, then just summing up this video today. Everybody talks about 300 Blackout, how it's an easy round to make, it load, it feeds great, it shoots great. I like a 30 caliber. I like hunting with my AR, so it's got a lot of advantages. You can shoot a 30 caliber bullet, you can hunt, you knock a deer down, but there's nothing easy about this shit. All right, it's a pain in the ass. All right, I had to buy new equipment to form this brass, to cut this brass. First of all, the brass itself. If you go to Cabela's, Gander Mountain, Bass Pro Shop, Field and Stream, any big box store and find this brass, it's about 30 cents a round, brand new. So 250 of them cost you $75. That's extremely expensive, okay? Plus, if you want to make it, you can pick up 5.56 223 at the range and make it, and it's cheaper. But shit, I had to buy a bunch of new equipment to make it. Then when I understood the process, I had to pick up the brass, and then there's certain brass that won't work. The neck thickness, when you chop the brass off and then reshape the brass, sometimes the brass is too thick. So you've got to make sure it's under a certain 1400 thousandths. Trimming it. After you size it, of course you chop it, size it and shape it, and then you trim it. You're trimming 500-600 thousandths off with these jigs you get on the internet, unless you get a micrometer, or you can micro size it and move it just 100 thousandths and get the trim length right, get the cut length right, so then you can trim it and you're just trimming a couple 100 thousandths off and you can get it nice and even, and then you can chafe it and deburr it, make it nice and smooth, so you've got a good crimp when you load it. But hell, I had to buy a chop saw. I bought a set of small base dies for 223 or for 300 Blackout. I've got them in 223 too. I've got small base dies for all my AR ammunition. I've got a tight tolerance AR, and so you've got to have your brass really under manufacturer spec so it'll run fast and smooth and without any hiccups. Plus, then you got your 300 Blackout. Most of these Frankenstein guns that people are building, they're buying different lowers with different uppers, and they're getting the gas pipes, pistol length, carbon length, mid length, rifle length. They're getting it all messed up. They're getting the gas pipe, they're undergassed or overgassed. They're not cycling. They got the wrong bolt. They got the wrong buffer spring. They're lighting up their buffer spring. They're taking their weights out of their buffer springs, which gives you more recoil. Your second shots aren't as good. Then they're trying to run them subsonic, 1,000 feet per second, so they can quiet them down with a can, which is all great. But this is not easy. It's not simple. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. Making this brass, it took me about 4 hours to make about 100 pieces of brass. It's a process. Now, I like reloading. I like a challenge, and I like saving money. But it takes a lot of damn time. And if you don't have a lot of time, this 300 Blackout is not the rifle, not the chamber, not the ammo. You want to reform and reshape the brass and then reload. Now, if you got plenty of time, hell, have at it. It is a very awesome round. 30 caliber does a hell of a job on animals. If you're wanting to harvest an animal this hunting season, no matter what it is, go for it. But I just want to open your eyes and make sure everyone understands this is not an easy chamber to take on. This is not for, you're not going to spend 20, 30 minutes a week like you do your 9mm and have rounds to hunt with, have rounds to go to the range with. Hell, in an hour, hour and a half, I can make 300 to 400 rounds of 9mm on a simple single die press or turret press. I don't have I've got a Lee Classic turret press. I don't have a, of course, I got a progressive, but I don't have a big Dillon 1050, okay, with an iPod touch. Spitting out 2,000 rounds an hour. I'm price point. A bargain basement, which most of the people in West Virginia, they love Lee equipment. That's why I use Lee equipment so much. But anyway, I don't know what I'm rambling on. I just get on these rolls and can't shut the hell up. Guys, I just want to thank you for your support. I appreciate you liking my channel. Leave me any comments. I'll try to figure out what your questions are and try to get back with you. Share, like, all that good stuff. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day.